One of his sisters came over and she didn't know that I was in the house. I overheard her talking on the phone to someone that Alex's 14 years old son had slumped and was in intensive care. That Alex had to rush to Germany to be with his wife. I was rooted to the ground. She couldn't be talking about my Alex, my own husband. It had to be another Alex. After all, there are plenty Alexes all over the world. Hello, it's another week and you're welcome to Life Stories with Busi. I trust your week has been good. Gradually we're coming to the end of March and that's amazing. Today I have a story and what happened was sometimes ago, I think 2 weeks ago, one of the ladies from BBN Nigeria got married and there was so much uproar about her marriage because she was a single parent. Like, she had a relationship with somebody and then it produced a child, and then she still got somebody to propose to her and she got married, and all hell let loose because a lot of people were just shouting, a lot of people were shouting, the whole marriage thing was trending, and I was wondering what the issue was. It was news at that time and a lot of bloggers posted it, and then I checked comments. I like to check comments. I checked comments and I saw a lot of people who were coming for the man, calling the man a simp, a lot of people trying to project their bitterness. And I'm like, wait, is it that you people have a problem with her getting a second chance at getting married? Or is it that you people are okay with her being a single mom? Like, I don't know what the problem was because I really didn't understand why she and her husband were being attacked. Like, what is the problem? Are you saying that because she's being a single mother or because she's a single mother, she shouldn't get another chance at marriage or what? I didn't get it. Anyway, there's this lady with my friend on Instagram. She now posted something and she was now like, why are people so bitter about this lady getting married? Like, why are people not happy? Why are people so bitter? Why are people commenting? And most of those comments were comments from men. When I saw her post, it just made me realize that I thought I was the only one thinking that way. So I commented on it. And it was from this comment that this lady that I'm going to tell her story today saw my comments and she decided to check me out, check out my platforms, and then she went to YouTube and all that. And so that was what led to her sharing her story. So I'll just go straight in the story. So she goes, "Hello Busi, I saw your comment on someone's page regarding the negative reaction to Queen Atanga's marriage," that's the lady from BBN, "and how particularly men were against it. I loved your comment and immediately followed you. Discovering you have this platform, I want to express my deep appreciation for what you do. After going through some videos, my appreciation for you has only grown. Thank you very much." She starts her story. She says, "My name is Renike. I'm a single parent of 2 children, and society has already condemned me without knowing my story. Even my children aren't spared. It seems there's a belief that we all chose to be single parents willingly. We all dreamed about true love and being swept off our feet by the man we will fall in love with. But many of us didn't realize we were being swept off our feet by our enemies. I was raised in a good home. My parents have been married for nearly 40 years. I grew up in a home filled with love. So I wasn't looking for a man to fulfill my financial needs or escape from home because I was suffering. I was doing very well. I had a very fantastic job and I was well paid. I met and fell in love with Alex, as anyone falls in love. He swept me off my feet. No one in my family could resist his charm. We're all blind, but this is how life happened to me. I didn't set out to be a side chick to a married man. Unfortunately, that happened. I chose to walk away from my charm of a marriage with my 2 children. Yes, Alex and I were legally married. We met at a religious musical concert in Lagos. It was an all-night affair and he sat next to me. He began by complimenting my dance steps, which I thanked him for. As the event progressed, he shared his means with me and even helped me get water at one point, making it seem as if we had come together and he was my man. He later told me that he fell in love with me at first sight. Even before we entered the event venue, he had made sure to follow me to my seat. I used to be a really friendly person, not assuming that a man's niceness meant that he wanted something from me. So I was friendly throughout the night. We exchanged numbers and went our separate ways afterward. He mentioned needing to learn how to dance for me, to which I jokingly replied that he would have to pay heavily for it. A week later, he called. Honestly, I didn't even remember him until he mentioned our meeting at the event. We started talking, finding out that we're both great conversationalists. Mention anything from politics, football to entertainment, and I would have something to say. He called a few times, started chatting, and soon became quite friendly. He invited me on our first date 3 months later, and he was a perfect gentleman. Unlike any man I've dated in the past who wanted something in return, he just seemed like a great friend. He even invited me over to his family's New Year party, where I met his parents and his siblings, all of whom were nice people. His mother especially liked me, giving me gifts and telling Alex to take care of me because I was a good girl. At this point, I had to ask Alex what we were doing, as I didn't like to assume things. He said that it was obvious that he liked me and he wanted to spend the rest of his life with me. I had come to like him too. He was a great lover, calling me first thing in the morning to pray and sending me scriptures to check up on. He checked on me during the day, sending me flowers, cake, cards, just mention it. My first Valentine's Day with him, he overwhelmed me with gifts. It seemed too good to be true, but I always thank God for bringing Alex into my life. My parents were eager to meet him. When he came, everyone, even my mother, who can be a bit obnoxious, fell for his charm. How my parents loved Alex. However, there was a detail that we overlooked. A lady in church who was in my mom's church society mentioned to my mom that Alex was married to a white lady with children. Okay, so initially my mother disregarded the lady's comments because everyone knew Mrs. Kalu was a tattletale, often wrong about the tales that she carried around. I mentioned Mrs. Kalu's comment to Alex jokingly and he dismissed it, suggesting that she must have dreamt it, though he admitted that he had a cousin, Nathan, who looked like him and was married to a French lady. I saw his cousin's pictures, and Nathan indeed bore a striking resemblance to Alex. So when I told my mom about Nathan, she concluded that Mrs. Kalu must have gotten them mixed up. The marriage plans went smoothly. Alex spared no expense. His family from home and abroad attended. We had the most beautiful and fun wedding ever. So we went on our honeymoon, traveled, and we had a beautiful home. What I haven't mentioned is that he has a thriving business and he traveled a lot. Before we got married, we only went to Dubai together. After our marriage, we went on a couple of trips together, but most times he went alone. Sometimes he was gone for like a month, the longest being 3 months, but I didn't suspect anything. We had our first child and our second child in quick succession. Then one day, he sent a message from the office that there had been an emergency and he had to travel immediately. I tried calling him, but his phone wasn't going through. Then I called his secretary. His secretary said that he had traveled, and I wasn't able to reach him for about 5 days. I ran to his parents' house where they assured me that it was okay. They didn't seem worried and told me to just calm down and relax. I called his sister because I was becoming afraid. Was there something that happened to him that they didn't want to tell me? His sister said I shouldn't worry myself, that it was fine and would call me when it was free. You can't imagine how afraid I was, that no one was telling me anything about my husband, yet they seemed to know. 5 days later, he called himself, saying that he was in Germany. I asked what the emergency was. He kept quiet for a while, and then he told me that he would tell me when he got back. I wanted to know when that would be. He said he wasn't sure yet. You can imagine my anger. I was just shouting because he had never behaved like that before. He hung up on me. Some days later, I told the driver to drop me at his parents' house. They were not at home, but the maids let me in. One of his sisters came over and she didn't know that I was in the house. I overheard her talking on the phone to someone that Alex's 14 years old son had slumped and was in intensive care. That Alex had to rush to Germany to be with his wife. I was rooted to the ground. She couldn't be talking about my Alex, my own husband. It had to be another Alex. After all, there are plenty Alexes all over the world. She continued on the phone, saying that her parents might be joining Alex in Germany soon to support him. I walked in and asked in the coldest tone, "Is Alex married?" She was shocked and I could see her face before I fainted. To cut the long story short, he had a whole family, wife and 3 children in Germany. He married me because his parents wanted full Nigerian grandchildren. His German wife understood that. I didn't have a problem with him having 1 or 2 children to satisfy the old folks in Nigeria. I was used. He said the intention wasn't to use me, that he did fall in love with me at a point, and that he figured that he could execute his full Nigerian children agenda through me. Imagine knowing that your children were an experiment for someone. He wanted me to continue being the Nigerian wife with him shuttling between Nigeria and Germany. Not me. That wasn't what I signed for. I walked out of the charm of a marriage with my children. Some friends and family said I should have stayed and kept his covering as my husband. Is that what a husband is? I'm raising my children alone in another country. He and his family have been on the lookout for us. The last message I sent to him was for him to try that experiment again with another gullible lady who doesn't mind being his concubine and baby mama. I can't. Imagine if tomorrow comes and I plan to get married again. Though I doubt that, as I can never do that marriage thing again. But just imagine, I find a genuine man who would accept me and my children. Is that how the same society that shamed me as a single mother will still try shaming me for getting married again, or shame my new husband for accepting me with 2 children? It's like you said, society doesn't care about you, yet it dictates what you should do with your life. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, your story is touching, and it highlights, the multitude of issues that a lot of people face, but are not discussed openly due to societal stigma and judgment. The ordeal that you have been through with Alex and the subsequent discovery of his other family in Germany is heart-wrenching, is totally heart-wrenching, because we embarked on this journey with love and trust, only to find out that the foundation of that relationship was built on the seats. If he told you before that, oh, I want 4 Nigerian children, I have a wife in Germany, and he has told you what the conditions are going to be, and you have accepted it, it would have been different, but not this kind of betrayal. It goes deep down to the foundation, to the essence of that relationship. It's a betrayal that goes beyond the personal. It extends to the very essence of what you thought your life was going to be. Your decision to leave despite societal pressure and the complicated situation of your children, it shows immense strength and courage. Not many ladies will do that. The societal double standard and the harsh scrutiny that single parents, especially single mothers, face is unwarranted and unjust. It is. I don't understand. Because what is often overlooked is the resilience, the strength, and unconditional love that single parents demonstrate every day in raising their children against all odds. What I need you to remember is that your worth and value as a person, as a parent, is not defined by your marital status or by the societal expectation, but by the love, care, and commitment that you show to your children and to yourself. I know a lot of single mothers who are doing a great job raising their children. They are raising balanced children who are responsible, who are respectful, children who know what they ought to do part-time. I've seen their children and I know without a doubt that they are raising fantastic and balanced children. So do not let anybody make you feel less than yourself. Everybody deserves a second chance. You deserve happiness. You deserve everything that you want. And if it is marriage that you want, then you deserve it. I know one lady who is a single mother who watches this program every week. And she's doing very well for herself. She's achieving career success. Plus, she has a very beautiful daughter. This girl is confident. When I see her, we have conversations, and I'm amazed at how intelligent, how smart, how outspoken this little girl is. You know, she's doing very well. She's being raised by a single mother. So whatever situation led to that does not really matter. If she wants a second chance at marriage, at happiness, it shouldn't be anybody's problem. I don't think we should castigate anybody because of that. If she decides that she wants to marry a man and the man has decided to accept the child as his own, why do we want to refer to such a man as a simp? I think it's not fair. All we should do for them is to pray for them that they find joy and that this particular relationship lasts and it's fruitful. That's what we should pray for. Not begin to pull them down by the comments that we put up and things like that. Anyway, what do you guys think? I'll be in the comment section. Let us discuss this. Till next time when I come your way again, my name remains Busola Tilly David. Bye.